Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Flow podcast. I am your host, Zoe, and I am so happy to have you here with us today for another session of relaxed, natural English practice. Today, we are going to take a little trip. Not a trip to a different country, but a trip back in time. We are talking about the past, memories, childhood, and the stories that made us who we are. And of course, to help me share these stories, I have my wonderful friend Leo here in the studio. Hi, Leo.
Hi, Zoe. Hello, everyone. It is great to be back. I love this topic. Talking about the past is always so interesting because it brings up so many feelings, nostalgia, happiness, and sometimes a little bit of embarrassment too.
Oh, definitely embarrassment. When I look at my old photos, I always ask myself, why did I wear those clothes? But that's the beauty of the past, right? So, Leo, let's dive right in. When you think about your childhood, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
That's a good question. When I was a kid, things were very different. I grew up in a small town near the mountains. I remember that when we used to spend all our time outside, we didn't have smartphones or tablets back then.
That sounds lovely. So, you were always outdoors? What kind of games did you play?
We played everything. We used to climb trees, ride our bikes until the sun went down, and build secret forts in the woods. I remember one summer specifically. It was incredibly hot. My friends and I decided to build a raft to sail on the local lake.
A raft? Did it actually float?
Surprisingly, yes. For about 5 minutes. We were so proud of it. We worked on it for 3 days. We gathered old wood and rope, but when we finally pushed it into the water, it started to sink almost immediately. We ended up swimming back to the shore, soaking wet but laughing our heads off.
That's such a classic childhood memory. It sounds like you had a lot of freedom. It reminds me of my own holidays. My family used to visit the seaside every year. I remember the smell of the ocean and the taste of fish and chips.
Interesting. Did you go to the same place every year?
Yes, we did. We went to a small village on the coast. It was very peaceful. My father taught me how to swim there. I remember I was terrified of the water at first. The waves looked so big to me, but he was very patient. He held my hand until I felt safe.
That's a beautiful memory, Zoe. It's funny how clear those moments are in our heads, even though they happened 20 years ago.
It really is. And grammatically speaking, for our listeners, notice how we are using the past simple tense here. We went, I was, it happened, but we also use used to for habits. Leo used to play outside. I used to go to the beach.
Exactly. We use used to for things that were true in the past but are not true anymore. I don't build rafts anymore, sadly.
Maybe you should. It sounds like fun. But moving on, Leo, memories aren't always just about habits. Sometimes they're about specific, crazy adventures. Do you have a travel story where things didn't go according to plan?
Oh, I have plenty of those. But there's one story that I will never forget. It happened when I was at university. I was traveling through Italy with 2 of my best friends.
Italy? That sounds amazing. What happened?
Well, we were staying in Florence. It was a beautiful city. One morning, we decided to take a train to the countryside. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and we were feeling great. We bought our tickets and got on the train.
Okay, so far so good. The sun was shining, you were relaxing.
Exactly. We were sitting by the window, watching the beautiful landscape go by. We were talking and laughing, just enjoying the moment. We were so distracted by the conversation that we didn't hear the conductor's announcement.
Oh no, I think I know where this is going.
Yes. Suddenly, the train stopped. We thought it was our station, so we grabbed our bags and jumped off. But as soon as the train left, we realized something was wrong. The station was tiny. There was nobody there, just an old bench and a sleeping cat.
Oh, you got off at the wrong station?
Yep, we definitely did. And the worst part was, it started to rain. And I don't mean a little rain, it was pouring. We were standing there in the middle of nowhere, soaking wet, with no map and no internet.
Oh, what were you doing while it was raining? Did you find shelter?
We tried to find a cafe, but everything was closed because it was Sunday afternoon, so we were just waiting under a small roof for 3 hours. While we were waiting, a local farmer drove by in his old truck. He saw us shivering.
Oh, please tell me he stopped.
He did. He didn't speak a word of English, and we didn't speak Italian, but he gestured for us to get in. He drove us to the next big town. It was so kind. While we were driving, he shared his lunch with us, bread and cheese. It was the best cheese I ever tasted.
Oh, that is heartwarming. It shows that even when things go wrong, kindness can turn a bad situation into a good memory.
Absolutely. At the time, we were stressed, but now when we look back, we laugh about it. It became the highlight of the trip. Remember when we got lost in the rain is something we still say to each other.
That is the power of storytelling. Notice, listeners, how Leo used the past continuous tense there. The sun was shining, we were sitting, we were waiting. He used it to set the scene and describe actions that were in progress.
Yes, and then the past simple interrupted those actions. We were waiting, that's the long action. The farmer drove by, that's the short action that happened in the middle.
It's like painting a picture. The continuous tense is the background color, and the simple tense is the detailed drawing on top.
That is a perfect analogy, Zoe. I think our listeners are ready to practice this themselves. What do you think?
Part 3, shadowing practice, and conclusion.
I think that is a fantastic idea. It is time for our shadowing session. This is where we take the grammar and make it real. We want you to feel the rhythm of the past tense.
Here's how it works. I'll explain the meaning of a phrase we used, then I'll say the phrase clearly. After that, I'll repeat it slowly. There'll be a pause for you to repeat after me. Try to copy my intonation and speed.
Wonderful. Are you ready? Let's stay in the moment and focus. The first phrase is about a habit in the past. Use this when you did something before, but not now. I used to play outside every day.
Next, let's set a scene. Imagine the weather in the past. The sun was shining brightly.
Now describe an action that was happening when something else interrupted it. We were waiting for the train.
This one's for when something surprising happens quickly. Suddenly, it started to rain.
Finally, a phrase for looking back at memories. It happened a long time ago.
Wonderful. Let's do a quick review. Leo, one more time, please.
Slowly and clearly. I used to play outside every day. The sun was shining brightly. We were waiting for the train. Suddenly, it started to rain. It happened a long time ago.
Great job, everyone. I can imagine you speaking along with us. The past tense is the key to telling your story. Don't be afraid to make mistakes with was or were or irregular verbs. It's all part of the learning process.
Exactly. The more stories you tell, the easier it becomes. Your life is full of interesting moments. Try to share one story in English today, even if it's just with yourself in the mirror.
Thank you so much for sharing your memories with us today, Leo. That Italian adventure was unforgettable.
Thank you, Zoe. It was a pleasure to walk down memory lane with you.
And to our wonderful listeners, thank you for tuning in. Your journey with English is a story that you are writing every single day. Embrace your past mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Don't rush, don't stress, just breathe, listen, and stay in the flow.